Safaricom has reported the first decline in profit in 4 years as depreciation of the Birr and also the hyperinflation in Ethiopia ate into earnings from the Kenyan unit. Safaricom has reported a 17.7% reduction in first half net profit to 28.1 billion shillings and revised up by year to 2027 when it expects its Ethiopian subsidiary to break even.
Safaricom last reported a decline in net profit in November 2020. The telco attributed the 6% decline then to the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. 4 years later, the telco is reporting a 17.7% reduction in first half net profit. This time round, Safaricom attributes it to hyperinflation and heavy currency depreciation in Ethiopia that it says has eaten into earnings from the Kenyan unit.
Due to the uncertainty of what rate we will have at the end of the year, we are guiding that any 10 percentage points change in terms of currency depreciation would result to about 8 billion shillings equivalent in terms of balance sheet impact and therefore the P&L impact.
The telco says the impact of the economic situation is likely to persist longer than it had anticipated and is projecting that the Ethiopian subsidiary is unlikely to break even earlier than the year 2027.
Ethiopia on EBITDA break-even, we've moved it forward. We've adjusted it 1 year to year 5. We used to say that we'll have break-even in year 4. So we moved it to financial year 27 from our earlier estimate of financial year 26 due to the effect of the foreign exchange reforms that you've spoken about.
To mitigate against the short-term impact of the ongoing foreign exchange reforms in Ethiopia, Safaricom says it is working on renegotiating foreign currency-dominated currents, onboarding local suppliers for certain products and services.
As part of our transition to TechCo, we will accelerate digital transformation across our processes, and we are not leaving our employees behind. This year, we've had what we are calling 2+1, which is starting to build skills across all our employee base on skills of the future, tech skills of the future.
Overall, the telco's service revenue increased by 13.1% to 179.9 billion shillings, mainly powered by the Kenyan unit. Of this, voice, data and SMS contributed at least 52.2% of the revenue, while M-Pesa contributed 42.9%.
The chargeable transactions per 1 month customer, a very, very, very important part of the driver of M-Pesa health. Chargeable transactions per customer per 1 month went up from 37.4 to 22. It went up to 37.4 from 29.8 transactions last year, which is a growth of 25.6%. And lastly, thank you. And lastly, M-Pesa monetization, which is reflected to that M-Pesa take rate, remained more or less stable over the period, whether you look at for the overall transactions or for the chargeable transactions.
Due to the reduction in profit, Safaricom has not declared any interim dividend to shareholders. Nduta Mokami for Prime Edition.